So the second problem is related to question 18 to 20. And now let's try to draw a timeline and analyze the problem according to the timeline. Okay, so here, let me try line once again. Okay, so Bilbo Beckons can save $4,000 per month for the next 10 years. So starting from year 0 to year 10, he will be saving or like depositing $4,000 every month, right? Monthly for the next 10 years. And also in year 10, he plans to buy a cabin that would cost him $15,000. He also wants to retire in 30 years. So from year 0 to 30 will be like here. He would like to retire in 30 years. And from then on, he would like to withdraw 33,500 a month for the next 20 years. So from year 30 to the following 20 years, so until year 50, he would like to withdraw 33,500 every month. And of course, the first withdrawal would be at year 30 plus 1 month, meaning that this is an ordinary annuity. And in addition to that, what he wishes to do is to withdraw and leave $775,000 for Frodo. And let's say the interest rate before pre-retirement would be 10%. So in this stage, the APR is 10%, and post-retirement APR is 7%. And the question is about this middle period. Per month, how much does Bilbo need to save or deposit every month so that he could achieve this goal of withdrawing 33.5 thousand every month and leaving 775,000 for Frodo near 50? All right, so this is the general setup of the question, and we would like to segmentize each of the stage as well, so that we can approach it step by step. So before starting any work, I just want to make one adjustment to our calculator setting, which is decimal places. So right now, my calculator has 2 decimal places, but since we're using an APR that has like many decimal places, I would like to make changes to it. And I think I covered this in one of my earlier videos, but if you want to make changes to your decimal places on your financial calculator, you have to go to the format section, which is by hitting second format, which is second period, and then you'll see the current decimal places is 2, right? So you'll need to make changes to it by hitting 4 instead and for enter. Okay, now the decimal place has been changed to 4. Now let me get out of here by just hitting clear work and then just getting up. Sorry, let me just do it one more time. For enter. And I'm just going to get out of here by just clearing everything. And then it's 4 again. Okay. And here I would like to start with just finding out what the monthly rate for post-retirement APR and pre-retirement APR is. So pre-retirement APR is 10%. So the monthly rate will be 10 divided by 12, which is 0.833333. And then also post-retirement APR would be 7 divided by 12, which is 0.583333. So I'm just going to keep that in mind and use those numbers from now on as I go along. So step 1. Step 1 is deposits from year 1 through year 10. Meaning that, in your account, by making deposits of $4,000 every month, how much will you have in your account at the end of year 10? So to do so, we would like to solve for the future value, right? Year 10 is obviously a future from year 0. So let's just start from there. So let me just clear my time value of money in case there is any like remaining input from my earlier calculation. You should always do that before you move on to any kind of calculation. And then, so for your number of periods, it's going to be 10 years, but in months, it's going to be 10 times 12, which is 120 as your number of years. I/Y would be 10 divided by 12, which was 0.83333. Okay, that was your I/Y. And then you don't have anything to start from, which is so present value is just skipped. And then every month you're depositing $4,000, and it's your cash outflow from your pocket to the bank account, right? So that's going to be negative $4,000 every month. And then from here, we would like to compute the future value. So let's do that. And it turns out to be 819,379.92. So keep that in mind. And from here, we would like to purchase. So we're going to withdraw $415,000 from here so that you can buy a cabin for yourself or for Bilbo. So minus $415,000. And that's going to still remain in Bilbo's account. So 404,378 or 379 whatsoever will still be remaining in your bank account. Now from here, why don't we figure out the post-retirement deposit balance? So we're going to do a time lapse, time travel, and let's suppose that we made it to the retirement point. And from there, our goal is to be able to withdraw $33,500 every month at the post-retirement APR, of course, every month, plus inheriting $775,000 at the end of the 50th year. So to achieve that goal, how much do I need at the time of year 30? And I told you that we were time traveling, so year 30 becomes your new present time, and year 50 becomes your future. Okay, so given that in mind, in this time period, in this timeline, okay, 30 becomes your new 0 and your 50 becomes your new 20. So keep that in mind. And then, so let's start over. So from here, year 0, let me just clear all time value of money input and start over by clearing my work. And so number of periods would be 20 years, right? Year 0 from your new 0 from your new 0 to new 20. So 20, but in months, it's going to be 20 times 12, which is 250 as your number of periods. And your new I/Y was, I believe it was 0.5833 or maybe 333, whatever, for your I/Y. And your present value, that's what you're computing for. So you skip that part. And for payment, you would like to withdraw $33,500 coming into your pocket every month, right? So it's positive $33,500 every month. So that becomes your payment. Future value, likewise, you would like to withdraw $775,000 back into your pocket from the bank. Bank is always the other side of this work. So 775,000 still comes from that side to your pocket. So 775 plus or positive becomes your future value. From here, why don't we compute the present value? So compute present value, and you will have a number that looks like this: 4.5 million, basically 4,512,805.57 So that is how much you will need to transfer into your retirement account at the time that you're retiring. Okay, so you should have saved that much money to be able to afford the lifestyle that you are dreaming of. Okay. Now, let's move back to the middle stage, which is from year 10 to year 30. So how much do you still need to deposit from year 10 to or year 11 to 30 to be able to meet that goal? Okay, so what's going to be your monthly deposit for the middle period? So to be able to find that out, of course, what you are looking for is the payment, and keep in mind that you started off the present time, which is now your year 10, okay, with 415 something in your bank account, and now with that amount you want to achieve 4.5 million. Is almost like 10 times the amount that you started off with, right? So to be able to do so, let me just clear all my time value of money calculation. And I'm going to start with the number of years from year 10 to year 30. It's going to be 20 times 12 in months. So 20 times 12 will be 240 as your number of periods. And every monthly rate will be 10 divided by 12, which was 8.83333 as your I/Y. And for the present value, what you started off with in year 10, okay, in your balance after the purchase of cabin was 404,378.0386, which is basically 04. You can use 0386, right? So that amount was still remaining in your bank account, right? So that becomes your present value, but make sure that that amount still stays in your bank account, meaning it's away from your pocket, so it's negative. Negative amount should be input in your present value. And then later on, when you're finishing off this, your working career, when you're retiring, your goal is to have 4,512,805.55, almost like this, that's going to be your goal to for you to have in your bank account. So it's close to this amount. That's going to be your future value. And if you compute the payment, then you should have almost 2,040. So what it means is you should deposit $2,040 every month to be able to achieve your goal of $4 million later on.